TMI. Okay.
No, but she goes this far, but this was a teen mom. Okay. Right.
Gotcha now.
And baby girl held on to hers beyond high school into college. But baby girl comes home, mama has issues. Mama does this, mama does that. Mama don't want her to go and stay out late at night because any reason that contradicts itself. And then she finally go ahead and like confronts and says, I'm jealous of you. When I was your age, I couldn't do that. As opposed to being proud of that child for exceeding past the limits that she had. She's jealous.
Well, then that means all the focus was on her, even through her child.
Yep.
Okay, so then jealousy is rooted on not just low self-esteem. Selfishness and self-centeredness.
Yes. Myopic view of one's self. A misplaced level of importance upon the individual, which, anyway.
Oh, yeah, man. Come on, speak that, man. Come on, my fingers are rubbing together, baby. You were spitting that knowledge. Come on. He scared himself. He scared himself.
No, actually, I wasn't sure if I was going to pronounce the next word properly.
Well, let's go back to the word. Psalms 78 and 58. Well, I have to read a little bit before. Psalm 78 and 58 says, For they provoked him to anger with their high places and moved him to jealousy with their graven images. When God heard this, he was wroth and greatly abhorred Israel. Is it fair to say that jealousy, it leads to hate?
It can, but in these passages you're reading, godly jealous versus man's jealous.
Well, I'm going, okay.
It's like, kind of like worlds apart on this, because the jealousy for which they're speaking about God is like in alignment with righteous indignation.
But you just used the word right earlier when it came to jealousy.
Yes. Well, let's put it like this. Trespassing across borders.
Okay.
When you have a border and it has been sanctioned to be your area that you are occupying and someone crosses it.
Okay.
Then you have purpose to react.
So you don't see the alignment here?
Well, I see the alignment, but we're talking about in things of righteousness. See.
Okay, then.
But when we go ahead and line that up with like Saul's jealousy, that's the negative.
You said it's more like man's jealousy.
That's man's jealousy.
Well, I think that they align themselves because man gets jealous when he feels like he's been invaded, crossed, replaced, made to feel like, or
that's
believe
where,
that he is not the man.
That's the point of perception.
It's all perception.
I know it's all perception because it's a case of no one else. He could be the only one who sees this.
True.
Whereas,
the person making him jealous may not realize that they're doing it also. And when they have a conversation, they can make observations and adjustments.
True.
That's where I'm headed because
a
lot of times we make God jealous and don't realize it.
Understandable.
So then the question is, are men more jealous than women? When we examine how or what makes a man jealous versus what makes a woman jealous, it's usually when something is not noticed in the action of that woman toward that man. And he can realize, sense, feel, or determine that what he's experiencing is your fault because you're not doing what you're supposed to do toward me. And usually with Israel, whenever God made that statement or reference to jealousy, it was because Israel wasn't doing what they were supposed to do as it came or related to God.
Okay, I can go with that. I mean, I have, like I said, that's another thing I have no argument with. And then
we both Baptist boys.
But you also bring it into a particular light here also because it never really occurred to me. I'm one that doesn't dwell in self-pity because to me that's a total waste of time.
Okay.
So, but I can understand whereas God would be jealous of self-pity. That part, I'm really cool with you. Enlighten me in that area.
Okay. Wow.
Because
another compliment.
I mean, how many times you have people just going totally giving into despair?
Oh, yeah.
Right. And it's like in essence, then you giving into despair, you are denying. Wow.
Denying what?
You are denying your divine heritage.
Ooh.
You are denying your divine father. You are denying the provider for you. And my thing is, I've been in some very sticky situations within my life.
Okay.
And I've been brought out.
So
that when I go into, every now and then I will have my momentary, for real? Here we go again. But I have no doubt that there is, provided I wake up the following day or whenever it is, so long as I keep laying down and waking up, this is gonna get past. I'm gonna be past this. It's not because I'm so marvelous, which I am, but it's only because this is the way God made me. But still, I'm marvelous. Anywho, because of who created me, I know I will get past. So long as I remember from whose I am, I'm good to go.
Okay.
And I can, so therefore, I have a tendency to get a bit angered and frustrated with so-called Christians that sing the "Woe is me" song all the time. Exactly.
Okay. Well, here's this. It's been stated, and this is a woman talking. She says, we have to admit, intentionally making someone jealous is kind of cruel, but we totally understand that sometimes jealousy is the only tactic that works. Sometimes people need a taste of their own medicine, or sometimes they just don't react until it really affects them. Whatever your reasons are for wanting to make him jealous, here's 10 easy ways to get his blood boiling. So with a woman creating this site, they know, I said earlier, I don't know if you remember, we get jealous. They are jealous. So
again, I have no argument for that.
Okay. So they say the first thing to do to make a man jealous, look amazing. There goes perception again. What we see based on how we see it. There goes perception. Look amazing. He says, when you see your ex walking down the street and they look 10 times hotter than when the two of you were dating, suddenly you feel like maybe it wasn't the best idea to break up with him over that stupid text message. You hated that feeling, right? So why not give it a shot? If you want to make someone jealous, it's really as simple as that. Look so good they regret the day they broke up with you, ignored your call, or just simply didn't give you the time of day. And when you realize your mistake, you'll be getting too much attention from everyone around you and even notice them. Now that's some sweet payback you can enjoy.
That sounds like the best revenge is living well.
Yeah, of course. Some ideas to suddenly look better than you really ever did before. Okay, now they're talking about diet and stuff like that. But again, it goes back to the point of perception, and point of view is what stirs a man's jealousy. So, but does that just work on the man only?
No.
Because if that man who you're trying to make jealous is with a woman, she's going to be jealous as well.
Yep.
That's interesting. And I think I read that site too, Alvin.
Okay.
There, and I think sometimes we have to, this is a Christian show, so some things we have to apply to the Christian point of view, because some of the on the list was talking about some sexual things.
Well, I wasn't going all the way out. I was just taking points out because
we had just Adam and Eve, they had some.
But we were talking. I was using several scripture references that showed images of God's jealousy, too. And at each point of the jealousy mentioned, it was because Israel was not giving God his due attention, his due worship, his due benevolence. Because Art mentioned earlier about a man having his rights violated.
Okay.
So it led down to the point of God's rightly indignation toward Israel and a man's rightly indignation toward whomever has made him jealous or what he's jealous of. And then the question came out, was it perception, point of view? Because sometimes jealousy can stir up or spawn and the other person not knowing that they're not giving proper attention.
Yeah, I agree.
Proper reverence or proper benevolence.
Yeah.
And it brought about a point of sometimes we're making God jealous because we're not faithful enough in certain areas, and we have to examine that. So then, to bring it back into the discussion of are men more jealous than women, I went there to see what a woman thinks to do. So the best way to get that is get him looking at me.
Yeah.
That's perception. Because the first way to tap into jealousy is what he sees.
That's good.
Saul saw the women celebrating David over here. Had no data to back it up, no proof. They don't even know if he slayed 10,000 or not.
Right.
They just saying that because they liked the way David swag over Saul's. Or for whatever reason.
No, that's good. No, I think that's
we went into that and go into the thing of whereas the perception, even though Saul knew that he had slayed more than David, that he was anointed and chosen by God. But because they were singing his praises and God seemed to be showing favor to David, Saul became, irately jealous.
Sure. What are the warning signs of jealousy? Number one, if he grew up around infidelity. If he saw his parents cheating on each other, he may have grown up thinking that that's what people do.
Suspicion.
And being carrying a great deal of mistrust.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. The other one is if he's been cheated on, he may well be asking why he should trust you if he was so badly hurt before. Yeah.
Men guard their heart.
They do.
Like Fort Knox.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
MIB headquarters.
The other one says if he has poor self-image.
We touched on
you were going there.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
If he doesn't believe he's worth much, then he's always going to question why you stay with him and whether you'll continue to. If you're more successful or more highly paid than him. Men are jealous of finances now.
Well, I know some brothers that are.
Yeah, a common jealousy trigger, as it strikes at the core of every man's sense of his own status. Glance at any celebrity magazine, and it's clear how the relationship between famous women and not so famous men have a habit of hurtling towards the rocks. Usually amid tales of the man's jealous outbursts. Okay. Many women misread the signs when entering into relationships with a jealous man, interpreting his possessive behavior as caring, even romantic. A lot of we
alluded to that earlier. So they make him jealous so they can get that particular treatment.
Yep.
But that treatment doesn't come from the heart. That treatment has a different root.
Yeah.
It's
just
more
like
abusive than it is attentive.
Man, yeah.
Like that scene in Goodfellas where Joe Pesci told, if you look at another, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
And she just giggling. Oh, he will too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
Especially that character.
Yeah.
Especially that character. Yeah. Others may choose to ignore the jealous outbursts or try to anticipate or avoid the situations which spark them off. You must never back out of dealing with his jealousy in the hope it will go away. It won't. But by learning the right way to tackle it, he'll soon come to know that as soon as he starts suffering pangs, you'll always notice and won't let him get away with it. Wow. And then after the break, we're going to talk about how to handle a jealous guy.
There we go.
Yeah, because, we have to find resolves to the Sir Walter Jones Show, or it just be the Alvin Carter Show with special guest Art Lewis and the Art Lewittes.
Yeah,
he's got a singing group.
It'll be a double A show.
That little bitty battery.
No, that's triple A.
Right, that's triple A.
I thought that was the motor company.
Same difference.
Right. Y'all, I don't know. Not sure what's wrong with my guests today, but they're here. And I want to apologize for them showing up. They always seem to show up when you don't invite them. Listen.
Ooh, on that word.
You sit right back down. If you just tune in, this is Sir Walter Jones Show. I think you know by now. We're going to take a little station break. I promise you we're coming back. I'll holler.
Broadcasting broadcasting all over the world at urbanbroadcastmedia.com.